Hello. Welcome to my second stream on YouTube, where today it's going to be a pretty similar stream to the one that I had like 2 days ago, where I was leveling. I think I was level 66 warrior at the start of the stream, and I was like one bar into level 66, and we basically just did a bunch of stuff around Outlands, and we got to Northrend. We did a few battlegrounds, and today I am currently level 67, and I am 64% of the way through level 67, and it is my goal to basically get to Northrend today. I'm thinking I want to go to the Howling Fjord and do some quests there, but in order to do that we got to get to level 68, and I guess we'll check. Boots is still dead, which he was consistently dead like pretty much all of the last stream, and he's still dead, so I'm just gonna go off on a limb and say that is a bug. But with just a few bars left to get to 68, I think I'm gonna head over to like the southeastern corner of Netherstorm here, and I'm basically just going to do a bunch of quests involving the like mage village here, where I believe it's the Karen Var village, which I think is like a variation of the Karen Tor, but a bunch of like mage storyline stuff, and it's like a good amount of quests in a very small area that is like generally just good for people who are interested in leveling, like to my understanding at least. I've always had like a good time leveling here because it's pretty fast and it's kind of a cool story going on. But I'm wanting to get to 68 as fast as possible because I really want to get to the Howling Fjord, and then once we get there I'm kind of like gonna slow down a little bit and kind of just enjoy the scenery, where I enjoy Netherstorm, but we spent pretty much all the last stream in Netherstorm and in the Blaze Edge Mountains. So the first quest that I have today is the Sigil of Crassus, which I believe spawns from like a mage, like a Blood Elf mage, just walking around this mana forge here. So we can go ahead and get this quest complete, and then I think we actually deliver it to the village here, so it's kind of like on our way over here. But we do have the staff, which I think we might actually turn it into that. But let's look for the mage we need to fight, which is this one right here, and it looks like she is out in the open in a good area. This Arcanist is going to join the fight, but that's okay. And then, oh, another one. I was playing my Arms Warrior on vanilla, and it's like the same class with like different specs, but I have my like skill bar kind of set up in a different way, so I'm going to have to get used to everything that I have set up on this character because it's just a little bit different, and I'm kind of dying here, which is not a good thing, and I'm taking quite a bit of damage. So let's go ahead and maybe pop our health. Oh, well, I won't even have the opportunity. So less than 4 minutes into the stream, so first death, that's pretty good. I think I died, well, outside of the battlegrounds, I think I died like 4 times yesterday or something like that. I'll go ahead and run this way. I can just respawn here, and then I have completed this quest. So let's get over to an area where I can use this staff. Let's turn this in, and let's see what is next in this quest chain. Anything good for us, I'll just pick that. And we need to get these different items from Karen Var village, so let's go ahead, head over there, and let's pick up all these quests and let's start doing them. So I forgot my inventory is a complete and total mess right now. So I think most of the quests are right here in front of the stable and the mage tower, and then there's some quests scattered throughout that we pick up after we like kill certain people. So let's get this one, and then there's 3 quests right here. So kill 20 people, that's at another area for that one, and then 20 things around here. And then let's pick up these 2 quests, and I'm probably just going to fly around this town here and try to complete everything. So there's one NPC, I think it's like a gnome mage, right? Right there. So let's go ahead and kill this gnome mage, who is actually a member of the Karen Tor. So yes, Karen Var is the name of a village that is composed of like Kirin mages who are now ghosts, who I think are ghosts because of an arcane bomb that the Blood Elves basically like bombed this entire city right here. You have a severed spirit walking in there, which we need to be careful. And there's another named NPC right there with a quest that we can pick up. So I might end up dying here again actually, because oh, hopefully he walks. Okay, so we should be good to just deal. Oh, there's someone behind us. Okay, maybe this is where I pop the potion. Okay, I popped it. Let's try to kill this mage and then maybe run away. So I'm going to pop that and just run away here. Hopefully we will survive this situation. I don't want to die twice right at the start here. I'm getting attacked by another mage now, which is not a good thing, but I resisted the frostbolt, so that's kind of cool. I'm going to get hit by this one though. I need to avoid the mana wraiths over there, and then hopefully I don't get hit by a frostbolt again. And I think, well, if we die, I guess there's a graveyard right here, so it will be a very quick run back. Okay, so we can pick up that quest, and then I guess I'll eat some food really quickly so we can go kill the other mage right there. And then we need to get a smithing hammer, and then we need to head to like the house area. So let's look for that one like high elf, blood elf mage, probably a high elf mage. There's Ronsis, who's for a quest later on, I believe. And then let's go ahead and kill this apprentice so we can try to get our hammer. And then I'll keep an eye. Oh, there's that high elf. So let's go ahead and kill this apprentice. And then that high elf should turn around and start wandering back this way, and we can deal with him. So hope for the hammer here. Oh, Ronsis is walking this way, so let's get out of here fast. And I got the hammer on the first kill, which is nice. And I'm flying out of here. And then I think this mage is in a pretty good spot for us to fight, except there is this spirit walking in. So let's go ahead and try to take both of them on at the same time. I think the defender won't deal too much damage, but just kind of tanky. But we need to be careful about any, or like maybe there's no mage even. So let's go ahead and try to back up here a little bit. And he is just wanting to cast lightning bolt after lightning bolt, try to execute. And well, this is not a good situation for me to be in, so I'm going to go ahead and I think I might just take the L here and run back because the graveyard's right there. I definitely need to pay more attention to my surroundings here. Maybe I could kill them. Let's try. Let's pop that. I think I'm just dead no matter what. Get another blood first off. Execute. Oh, okay. Well, I almost killed one of them, but I think my execute was dodged there, which is not a good thing. Hello, Mindermoon. Welcome to the stream. I hope you are doing well. How is your evening or afternoon or morning or whatever going? Let's go ahead and resurrect here. And then I have this quest I can pick up. And it looks like that gnome is friendly to us now. And then I need 19 spirits, so I guess I'll just start working my way through all the houses here, pick up all the quests around here. Wow, that Severed Spirit was like over there, and then it like rushed at me after I like line of sighted her and like just came straight to this area. double execute, and then we are good there. I have a feeling I should probably heal up before I run up here, but it'll be fine. We can heal before we fight that severed spirit over there. And then this one's almost dead. Did execute. Nice, we killed with one execute. My morning was okay. That's good to hear. Good to hear. It is almost midnight for me over here, so it's a very late night stream. I thought there was like an item in here I had to pick up, but I don't think that. Oh, it's in the next house over. I went into the wrong house, so let's drop down here and head back out over there. Oh, there's this ghost we can fight. I think this area is pretty cool with like how there was like a mana bomb that happened here, but we learn about the existence of mana bombs kind of earlier on, and we see like the effects it has on like one area of the road, and then we see it at like a much larger scale right here. Let's try to heal up before this Bilmara person attacks me. Charge in, and there should be a page in this house here. And that defender's attacking. Go ahead and pop a few cooldowns here. Try to take care of these ghosts. I'm thinking after I complete this area, I should be level 68. If not, it'll be very close. Hello, Jordan. I hope you are doing well right now. Let's get this chapter 3 of the Crassus's Compendium, which is actually pretty cool. What is this quest? Because Crassus is an important lore character that we're going to meet in the next expansion. So it looks like Crassus gave a book to the expedition here of the current Torah that came to this area, and it was basically just a spell book, and we were trying to recollect it. And then of course we will meet Crassus in the next expansion when we head to Northrend, which is cool. But I don't think there's anything about like returning this book to Crassus. But I think there is like a story with who is it? Vargoth, who I think was also an important part of like the Dustwallow Marsh storyline in Vanilla WoW, which is cool. The Kirin Tor have always played like a big part in like actually all of World of Warcraft. I haven't played too much of the recent expansion, but of course like their capital city plays a big part in like the 6th expansion or whatever number. And then you see the Kirin Tor just doing stuff throughout most expansions, I think. I'm sure there's a lot of stuff going on with the current expansion that focuses a lot on dragons, because the Kirin Tor have dragons in their ranks. So I think this is the last part of the compendium quest that I need to get, and then I'll be done with that. And then I think there's like one more NPC that wanders around that I can fight to get an item, and then I can turn in all 4 of those quests, and each one gives me a new quest to go basically kind of like return a lost item, and then we complete 4 more quests that way. Hello Tommy, how are you doing? Good to see you stumbled upon my stream here. It's like 3 AM your time, isn't it? Up late at night. So I think I'm probably just dead here. Slept in this morning. I think my sleep schedule has kind of shifted a little because it's almost midnight for me right now. And I've been going to bed at like 2 a.m. like every night, but waking up at 11. But then that's not going to be good with then like the expansion for Guild Wars 2 releases, because I want to be up at like 8 a.m. for that, because it'll come out at, I'm dead, okay, it'll come out at like 9 a.m. I'm excited for Palia, that the open beta starts August 10th, but I'm hoping I get in the closed beta. But I'm not sure if that type of game is up your alley. It's a lot like Stardew Valley or Animal Crossing, but you played with like other people. It's not like Guild Wars 2 at all, really. Well, it's kind of like Guild Wars 2 because it's kind of like RPG, and then of course there's other people. But like, it doesn't seem like dungeons or raids are going to be like a big in-game part of it, because it doesn't seem to have any combat. More focus on house building and farming and stuff like that. Oh, I think I have... Okay, I can pick that one up. And then I need Dathric, who's over here. Yeah, it's cozy. It's like a cozy MMO. It's like an MMO not for gamers. It's for like casual, cozy vibes. I played a lot of Animal Crossing back in the day. I bought Stardew, but only have 3 hours in it. I played Animal Crossing like a year after it came out or something. I don't know. I played it after it released, and then I played Stardew Valley starting in like 2019, I think, and I have like over or almost 400 hours in it, I think. I would say Stardew is probably one of my favorite games of all time. I enjoyed Animal Crossing, but it wasn't like my favorite thing in the world. But like, I enjoyed it quite a bit. Yeah, I hear people kind of describe Palia as like Stardew Valley meets Animal Crossing meets The Sims meets like an MMO. Oh, I'm dead here again, aren't I? This is going to be my 4th death in... How long have I been streaming? 20 minutes? Okay, so this Power Blast is just going to kill me, so I'm just going to do that. Okay, if he can just keep casting Pyroblasts here, and I keep doing this, and I avoid that Torrent of Flames, and then... Can you cast Pyroblast again, please? Okay, I just critical struck him, so that was close, but okay. I don't like games with daily stamina. I know there are ways around it, but I don't know. Are you talking about the like 4 hours to build a house thing that people were talking about from the gameplay reveal trailer? Because I don't think there's anything we've seen with like daily stamina where like you're limited to a bunch of stuff in like a day, other than timers to like build your house. Oh, like Stardew? Oh, wait. These quests I don't turn in. I just have them, and then I need to run around and deposit them. I see, I see. Yeah, I can see why... I know, like, a lot of people that play Stardew kind of just, like focus on, like, one thing and kind of, like, skip the day when, like, they, like, water all their crops or whatever and kind of just move on to the next day. And then I know a lot of people don't like having to do like certain things every single day, of course. Okay, what do I need? Oh my god. Okay, I'm getting attacked again. What item do I need? I have tome, bookshelf, weapon rack, footlocker. Okay, what is this? Dresser. So put the cape in the dresser. Okay. I don't know why that was confusing me a lot. Okay. Now it's working out for me. Is there... I think there's another... oh, there's the mana bomb fragment right there. It's cleared that way. But yeah, talking about hoping Soto is not boring, I am hoping that it is not as well. I think it's like kind of scary because like the current state of Guild Wars 2 right now is kind of like in an iffy place, but I've also lived through like 20 of those iffy places, so, and I'm still playing, so I don't think it'll overall be too big of an issue for me, but it'll definitely be an issue if like I don't enjoy Soto and then I waited like a year for something I don't enjoy. But I have a feeling I'll enjoy it. I was reading their like blog post about like the story, and I'm really excited for what comes after Soto, because I know they're trying to like start off like this new era of Guild Wars 2 with like a big bang or whatever, and then moving on to like some more grounded storylines in like future expansions, which I'm very excited for, some more grounded stuff. New Path of Exile season 5 days before Soto. That's a lot of stuff. Yeah, Palia closed beta or open beta begins August 10th, and then Soto begins August 22nd, right? And then I think World of Warcraft Hardcore will begin probably like early September, and then I'm guessing Counter-Strike 2 will begin or like launch at the end of September. So that's just a lot of stuff that I've been waiting for kind of coming out. Counter-Strike 2 being the least interesting one to me. But like 3 big MMO releases. Oh, Starfield. When does Starfield come out? I was kind of debating picking that game up and playing it. Might be a good stream game, actually. Oh, is there a new Cyberpunk DLC? There's only been one DLC, right? Is there a second one coming out? Or a third one if I missed something? I think Starfield is September, right? If I recall correctly. September 6, 2023. Yeah. I'm considering buying Starfield. I know I'm going to buy Elder Scrolls 6. Probably pre-order in like 2027 or whatever. Because I think the Elder Scrolls series is like top 5 game series for me, probably. Guild Wars, Warcraft, Elder Scrolls, Halo. Throw a 4th one or a 5th one in there somewhere. Portal, I don't know. Oh, this is the first largest expansion. I see. There's like, I remember seeing a lot of stuff about the small DLC. I thought it was like bigger, but I haven't played Cyberpunk, and I know it got like a lot of like negative press, and like a lot of people like on Reddit and like YouTube and stuff didn't like Cyberpunk, but I've heard it's gotten much better and that people are enjoying it a lot more now, and like the game is good, which is kind of like the same thing that happened to The Witcher 3, right? The Witcher 3 launched and a lot of people didn't like it, and then a year later it was like one of the greatest games of all time. So it's good to see that people are enjoying Cyberpunk. And hopefully Starfield is good. It looks really good. I'm excited. was great from day one. People wanted to hate it. I played like 80 hours at launch. Was buggy, but it was a good game. Yeah. I think a lot of people really kind of like get a first like opinion on a game, I guess, and then they really hold on to that opinion, and then they want that opinion validated. And then I think a lot of people are very quick to hate on things because of like one thing going wrong or like several bugs. I've definitely heard there was a lot of bugs. Okay, where do I have to turn these in? I have no idea. I have to kill Ronsis now. I can go do that. If I kill one severed spirit, this will clear up my map a little bit from Questian. I'll have an easier time doing this. So I see my victim right here. Have you been enjoying, I don't know if you watched any, but my top 10 series that I've been doing a lot of recently? I kind of slowed down on like the lore and story videos, and I've been focusing on the top 10s a lot because it seemed like people enjoyed it. I remember when Burning Crusade Classic came out and I was trying to fight in this area, and then Ronsis kept ganking me while I was like fighting through things. Very annoying. I guess this is a moment of vengeance for me here. But he deals like so much damage because he has like a fire attack, I think, that also hits. I saw your secret areas and bridges vids. Nice. Did you enjoy them? Do you like, I guess specifically, do you like the formatting of looking at different parts of the game in like a top 10 format? You don't? Okay, I'll stop making them then. Okay, so oh, I guess all the items are in the bombed area. That would make sense, I guess. So I think the hat's over here as well. Oh, and there's, okay. I figured it out. So okay. The staff should go, or whatever. Oh, the hat goes here. And then we need to put the tome just north. So in this building right here. Yeah, I'm gonna rebrand my channel to Tommy's bedtime stories. I like them a lot. It made me wish that some of the cool areas had more incentive to see them again. Yeah, I like the strawberry patch has like strawberries in it, so oh my god, I'm gonna die. So like, I mean, with how like Guild Wars 2 economy works, you don't really need to like go and farm the strawberries, but it's like nice to go there to like farm some strawberries. Like the bamboo garden, there's not a lot going on, but I think it's like really nice to have like areas that aren't entirely like, that are completely useless outside of like the joy of exploration, I guess. It's kind of like having like the reward of it, of going there, is like the beauty of seeing it, and then like the reward of going back there is to like experience it again. Or like there's nothing going on in the bamboo garden, but like it's very pretty, so like it's nice to go and look at it. And then consequently it's also like good for like taking screenshots because it's pretty. I need to buy more food or make some bandages. I'm glad. And you're glad, so we're all glad. That'll be my one glad joke for the evening. I think all I have left here is a Fade Worse than Death. And then we can head north. I should probably throw these on my bar here. I was planning on raiding tomorrow, because other than that little short excursion in Pot of Chains, I haven't done a lot of raiding recently. So I was going to join up. I'm glad that JoJo's been organizing them. Cleared wing 5 through 7 in Boden in the last 3 weeks. That's nice. I'm trying to remember. I did a lot of raid trainings to like set people up, and I was like starting to transition to challenge modes, but I think we were clearing everything in Boden. I think when I did a week 6 raid training, I think like 2 people showed up, so we just pugged a quick clear of that wing. But I remember we got a couple of doom kills, I think, and then we cleared wing 7 a few times. We have had some super new people, so it's been pretty exciting. Nice, nice. Yeah, I think I just got like pretty bored of raids. And then with like a lot of stuff coming up that's like outside of Guild Wars 2, and like even within Guild Wars 2 it's content outside of raiding. Just haven't raided a bunch recently and probably won't be doing a lot in the future. If people are still interested in doing raids, like if JoJo's organizing and stuff, I'll probably definitely join after Soto releases. Maybe I'll stream a couple of our raid clears, and then we can have documentation about how bad we are at the game. Tiger Band got a doom kill. Nice. Yeah, I think OI for me, it's definitely nice to get the OI, but personally I really enjoy like the content. Like I enjoy the aspect of raiding. But I definitely need like 400 more LI, so there's some incentive to go and do it. But also like I want to get the Envoy's Herald title, and then like the achievement points, of course, from doing that. But there's also like new legendary armor coming out in the expansion, which kind of like maybe I'll get like 100 LI, make one more set of Envoy armor, and then after the expansion releases, I'll make the last set in the open world. I'm 5 pieces away from full legendary armor. That's a lot. I saw Yumiko got his full set like a couple months ago. I'll probably get there at some point, but I'm not in any particular rush after I got heavy legendary armor, because like my main's a Guardian. That's what I spend most of my time playing. And so it's like a super nice convenience to have the heavy legendary armor. And like I play other professions too, but I don't play them nearly as much, so it's like less of a convenience. Still convenient enough for me to want to go get them, but I'm not in like a super big rush. After you get all the legendary armor, what are you going to do with your life in Guild Wars 2? Quit the game like I know some other people have. could start doing jumping puzzles every single day like I did in 2013. And 450 skirmish tickets from Conflux, so I'm on the last push. That's nice. I remember is Conflux a ring? I think. Yeah, legendary rings are the only things I don't have. But I was like saving skirmish tickets for Warbringer, I think it's called, the backpack. Yeah, road versus road ring. But like, I don't really need to make Warbringer because I have ad infinitum, but it would be nice to have like all 3 of those legendary backpacks just to like collect them, I guess. But then I could also put that gold towards legendary weapons that I don't have, because I only have 3 legendary weapons, and then I have full legendary accessories except for rings, and then the artifact, I guess, that's coming out, or relic, whatever it's called. I was kind of hoping that like before what we got with Gaia the Delves, I was kind of hoping, there's birds playing in the background, that we would get a legendary ring from like the content season introduced after End of Dragons, but then it ended up being like 3 small updates that don't have an overarching like reward. So maybe we'll have a ring in like the expansion after Sodal or something. But I should probably just go make the road versus road or PvP ring. But I know once I do that, they're going to release an open road ring that I want to get, and then I'll like waste my time. I'm having fun raiding to get the armor set, not having fun road versus road for Conflux. Go back in the gold grind. I think the gold cap is 200,000 liquid gold you can have, so that could be an objective for you. After you're all done getting full legendary and stuff, try to get 200,000 gold. And you could do it without being a TP Baron, so then you just farm silver wastes for like 7 years straight and have 200,000 gold and then quit the game. That sounds horrible if I'm being honest. Don't do that. Yeah, watch Palia turn that 200,000 gold into 0 gold. I post on Reddit that it's stupid that we're getting a second PvE armor set while second ring is only done in road versus road or PvP. Yeah, I really hope we get another legendary ring soon. But I also understand why they're doing like legendary armor for people who don't want to raid. Because like a very small percentage of like the Guild Wars 2 community raids. So it's like good to have an opportunity to do it where they don't have to raid PvP or road versus road. For like people that are interested in like one specific piece of content but not interested in others. But like it just feels like there is a massive gap in like the reward system of Guild Wars 2, I guess, that there's no second PvE ring when there's 2 accessories and an amulet and a backpack, which I guess is through fractals, but it's much more accessible than raiding, I guess. Or it's perceived as being more accessible when in reality it's kind of like the same thing. Less of a time commitment, I think. Maybe with the next expansion we'll have a new legendary ring we can get. Road versus road is literally just a battle of stability versus CC these days. It's so annoying. Yeah, I know a lot of people like road versus road in the modern day, but I think when they added gliding to road versus road, I lost a lot of joy in it. And then when they added mounts, I lost even more joy in it. And then Yeah, the amount of like CCs that exist in the game right now, and then like the requirement for stability, it's just a lot. Yeah, once a Zerg or a Blob loses their stability, they can just get ran through. But I think like good commanders that like I've experienced on like Blackgate are able to do like a lot of like strategy and stuff. That still makes like blob fighting in road versus road an enjoyable experience. Hello, can I pick this up? Okay, thank you. I am just over 1 bar away and my shoulder pads are destroyed, so hopefully it should be almost done here. Need to get Sunfury Garrison. It's just archers we have to kill. Okay, let's turn this in. And then chapel yard. So let's go get the cowbell and the evidence. I think the cow is an escort that I do not want to do, so. Though it is a pretty short one. I don't think I want to do an escort quest right now. The Uber strat is 10 people with Firebrand and a Rev with stability. You can run through a Zerg of infinite people. I've not played enough Road vs. Road recently to know what the current meta and gameplay is like. I really like the long drawn out fights that like used to happen back in the day. But I feel like the amount of fights that even happen anymore is like a lot lower. Like I think like as like a community, a lot of like people in Road versus Road have just like not been super interested in fighting recently, because I think a lot of like old dedicated diehard like Road versus Road players have kind of like quit the game, and like most of the people that like come into Road versus Road are like PvE players who are mostly looking for like rewards, I guess, and like achievements, which incentivizes them to kind of just run around and like cap things, like the old karma capping that used to happen on like Friday mornings. It's better than the POI trading from a while back, I guess. Yeah, like I just said, I remember like around launch, like every single like Thursday and like Friday before reset, like there was like no Road versus Road that went on, and it was just people going around in circles around the map just to get that karma and stuff. And I'm 68, so I might just leave this area now. Let's throw this talent in, and then I need to clean up this disaster. So let's return to Stormwind, and then I'm gonna abandon all of these quests. Actually, let's return to Ironforge because I want to go to Howling Fjord. And then here, where's Ironforge? There you are. And then I think I'm just going to delete or sell that. Oh, I can do that. Why does that dismount me? Okay. And then I spend a very boring 5 minutes just cleaning all of this up. So first things first, the trusty bread vendor. One of the most used NPCs in the entire game. And then I can learn this now, so get that out. And then I just want to hoard onto things because I'm sentimental. So I think I could throw. Let's go through all this. Oh, save that. I guess we'll swap that. Okay, I think that's everything from my bank. So now for step 3 of our very boring section right here, let's go make some money. Oh, I missed one thing for, okay, let's throw this down here. Amount of mana, I don't care too much about. Let's just throw things on the auction house. Have you played Path of Exile? I have played like a few hours of Path of Exile. I enjoyed it, but like ARPGs aren't like my favorite genre of game. Like I played some Diablo 3 and I played Path of Exile. So those are like the 2 games I played in that genre. I had a friend that really enjoyed Path of Exile, so I like played it with them, but I never got super into it. I'm not exactly sure why. I guess I just wasn't really gripped by the gameplay, I guess just because of the fact that it was like a genre or like a type of gameplay that I don't like particularly enjoy, but it wasn't like bad. It was just like not my thing, I guess. I really want to be a Path of Exile fan because of how big it is in like modern culture, and like yeah, the devs seem pretty cool. And also I have like 2 achievements in the game and I want to get the rest of the achievements so my Steam profile will be happy. I really like the atmosphere of the game. Like the world that I was playing through. Like the themes. I really like that. I also like the, I don't know if it's still the same, but how the skill tree was like a giant web. I love stuff like that. I love complex skill trees in like RPGs. And like I know like most of the time you just like look up a build and like try to optimize it or whatever, but like I like the amount of variety that like someone who doesn't want to optimize the game can like have with like selecting different, I guess it was mostly like stat buffs, right? The new expansion in 3 weeks will have an auto chess mode. Okay, now that's kind of intriguing because I played like I played a tiny bit of the original auto chess, but then Dota Underlords came out and I absolutely loved that game. But then there's also Teamfight Tactics that came out that I like never played, but I love Dota Underlords. But then Valve completely dropped the game. And then I played a little bit of Super Auto Pets, but I didn't enjoy it that much. So like I was kind of looking for like a replacement for Dota Underlords, but I guess I didn't enjoy the auto chess genre that much to like try Teamfight Tactics. I guess I don't like League of Legends that much to try Teamfight Tactics. Do you know how the auto chess mode in Path of Exile will work? Why is this so much compared to everything else? Jackal clam meat. Bog lord tendril. Whatever. From what they said, you will get entry coins as drops. You recruit things to fight for you and place them where you want. First team to clear the other bases wins. That's cool. That's cool. Sent me a trailer. Okay, I'll watch that. Oh yeah, I saw the Exile Con was like going on. Okay. That is my entire inventory cleaned up, except for food. Let's go buy some food. This is not the food, that's the reagents. This is the food.
What can I do for you?
Salted venison. Buy 20. Then I think I am good to start Northrend. Which I've been excited to start Northrend on this character. I was trying to decide if I want to do Borean Tundra or Howling Fjord, and I think I'm going with Howling Fjord. So we can enjoy that opening scene of going into that zone. Going into Borean Tundra is also cool, but less cool than Howling Fjord. Oh, I should also repair my armor and not walk around. Blacksmithing supplies.
How are ya?
7 gold repair bow. Okay. It's because I died like 4 times. And now we fly to Minotho Harbor. I just noticed I didn't turn on ads for this stream, so I didn't get the 2 cents I would have gotten from people tuning in. August 18th is a new league. I'll be glued to it if you want to give it a roll. I might give it a try. I have a lot of stuff coming up with Palia and then Guild Wars 2, and then we're going out of state for 3 weeks in September and Counter-Strike. But if I have time, I'll probably give it another go. I'm willing to bet my friend that enjoys the game will probably be playing it. There was someone in TOA like back in like 2015 that played Path of Exile while doing raids in Guild Wars 2, where like when we were in downtime, like someone went to the bathroom or like someone was being slow running back to the boss. They were playing Path of Exile. So I guess it's an addicting game. It's a fantastic game to hop in and out of. That's good. That's one thing I like about Guild Wars 2 is like how easy it is to like pick it up for like 15 minutes and like feel like you actually progress something. Unlike World of Warcraft, where it feels like you need more of a time commitment in order to get anything done. I think as someone who does a lot of stuff at like the same time, where like I'm working on videos and then maybe like I want to take like a 10-minute break, like Guild Wars 2 is good to like take a 10-minute break, or like I cook dinner like almost every day. It's nice to have like 15 minutes in between like when I should start dinner and like after I finish working on a project or something. I think I completed the first, I don't know how it works anymore, but like the first chapter or act or whatever it's called of the game. And I got to a new zone that was kind of like jungly or whatever. And I was like starting the second chapter or act or whatever it's called. But that's when I stopped playing. So that's how far into the game I am. But if I were to like play again, I would probably just create a brand new character, right? If my old one still exists, I don't know if they save old characters like that far or not. Last time I played was like 2017 or something. I'm not sure. I like the boss fights in the first chapter. Path of Exile has the longest learning curve out of any in the game by a long shot. The saving grace of this mostly just ways to optimize and farm items. I see. I think when I got to like that new area, it was definitely like a lot more challenging than anything I had to do in the first one. And like I wasn't entirely sure what I was like supposed to be doing, like gameplay wise. But also this is like something I noticed. What game was I? Oh, I played Left 4 Dead. Like the first Left 4 Dead for like the first time in like years the other day with my friend. And I was going through that game so much better, and like I had such a much easier time like playing that game than I remember having a long time ago. So like I think I'm just better at like games nowadays and like picking things up. So I would probably have a easier time playing Path of Exile today than I did when I was like 17 years old. Beat all 10 acts in 9 hours. I see. So it's kind of like a fast game to beat like the story, but then there's like a lot of grinding outside of the story. I'm assuming there's stuff like rifts in Diablo 3 or whatever. Diablo 3 is pretty much the only like ARPG that I have any experience in, with Path of Exile being the only other one I've played, but barely at that. Oh yeah, having you and APOV as a resources would definitely be good. I was playing like Age of Empires 2, and I don't think I ever asked you any questions, but I definitely ask if I was confused about something. Oh, the boat's here. I must have just missed the boat when I got to Minotho Harbor. Imagine the Diablo 3 rifts endgame, but there's dozens of other equally as deep endgame choices. That's awesome. Yeah, it's nice to have variety. I know I never did a lot of endgame Diablo, except like the earliest levels of rifts, and then I played like a couple of seasons where you get just level up, and then I kind of stopped. But I know only having rifts was weird, and a lot of people complain about like rifts. It was like a meme, right? I think Path of Exile definitely sounds pretty cool, especially since like a lot of people are saying that Diablo 4 is like a little bit of a flop. I think a lot of like hardcore fans of the genre have always preferred Path of Exile over the Diablo franchise. Well, Diablo 3, I guess. A lot of people really, really like Diablo 1 and 2. But now we get the opening to Northrend, which I've been excited to do Wrathlichkin stuff on this character, because I have a feeling we won't be able to do Wrathlichkin content for a very long time after this classic cycle ends, so I'm trying to get a little bit of questing and exploration in. But I definitely love like this zone on like the boat right here, where like we come in from like the ocean down there, and then we have like all these glaciers and stuff and like penguins, and then we come in through this like, I don't know, ravine or whatever, and then we have like all the Raikul village stuff up around it, and then like the burning bridge that, or the burning boat that's just like a human boat similar to like the one we were on, but like a different motto of it. So it's kind of just like intimidating, but it's pretty. And then as you just like come through here, we kind of like turn, and then we see more of Raikul stuff. And then like, of course, Wrath trees are always very pretty. Wrath is like the first time there's like a graphical update to the game. But then we have the final turn, and then we get to see Utgard Keep. And then of course the Alliance base here in Daggercat Bay. I just like Northrend zones a lot. I like Borean Tundra as well, but this one's better in my opinion. Oh, and then we also have the cove in here as well. There's another tree now, the Atlas passive tree. It lets you customize the in-game to only be things you want to do. That's cool. Yeah, this map takes me back as well. Is there a web-based way to see my WoW characters? There is the WoW Armory. WoW Armory. And then oh god. Or if you go to, hold on. If you go to worldofwarcraft.blizzard.com, I think, and then when you log in, there should be a character selection. Yeah, I'll link this in chat. So you can go to that website, and then you log in with like your normal Battle.net account, and then like where you click like to the where you logged in at the top, if you hover over that, you can like see your recently played characters, which I'm not sure if they'll show for you if you haven't played in a long time, but then there should be like an all characters button that'll show like all the characters on your account, sorted by server. And I'm looking at it right now, and it looks like it's only characters that I've played in the last 3 years or something. So maybe you'll be able to see stuff that way, but it might not show up for you if you haven't logged in a very long time.
Well met. For the Alliance.
Hell has frozen over, and now we can begin Hallingfjord questing, which is pretty much the same thing as everything we've been doing, but it's cooler because it's prettier and the quests are more fun. Well, it says no characters available, check back after playing. Yeah, that sucks. I guess they like, I don't know, clear the data for people that like haven't, whatever the technical term is, like haven't played recently, and then like regenerate it when you log in. I'm willing to bet if you logged into your World of Warcraft account again, all your character names are probably reset, and you'd have to like rename them. But if somebody made a character with like your original name, you'd be out of luck unless you like transferred servers to where the name was available. Though I don't think you're interested in ever playing again. At least you've never talked about World of Warcraft to me, I think. Okay, 5th death of the stream because I'm not paying attention to my surroundings. I last played May 2017. I see. I think it might be like a 3-year thing. I'm not sure. I remember reading about it because I didn't play for a very long time. But when I came back, only some of my characters had like their name reset or whatever, and some didn't. What is happening? So I don't know how it works, or what the time frame is, or whatever. Your last actual monthly sub was August 2015. Did you play with game tokens? Like from gold? Were you a gold farmer in World of Warcraft as well? Spend all your time doing... I don't know what was popular in 2015. I quit. You do a bunch of garrison missions. I think I quit in 2014, and then I came back in 2019, and I've been around. But I have a feeling I'm probably going to quit kind of soon. Like, probably not this year, but like there's like some stuff that I'm wanting to do in the game, but then after that, I'm kind of just bored. So I'm like wanting to finish like my Let's Play series that I wanted to do. And then after I finish the Let's Play series, I don't really have any interest in anything going on, unless there's like something super cool going on that like I feel like I'll enjoy the game. But I think like outside of my Let's Play series, and then outside of like nostalgia trips, I just don't enjoy World of Warcraft that much anymore, including like classic WoW. It does definitely scratch a very particular itch of a game, like gameplay though, which like I don't think any other game replicates. Inflation ruined your gold balance. That sucks, yeah. I remember, yeah, like I quit in 2014, and then I logged back in 2019, and like I used to have like most of the achievements in the game, and now I only have like a third of the achievements in the game. And like I had like a pretty decent amount of gold, but then I went to look at, I had like 16,000 gold I think, which was like decent for like very casual player who spends a lot of gold. But then I went and checked the WoW token, and it's like 250,000 gold. So like
What can I do for you?
12 times as much as I had. That's insane.
Light bless you.
I'm wanting to do some retail streams. I might do one just leveling, where I kind of like talk about retail leveling maybe. And then I wanted to go through every single old raid in the game, which I'll probably do on a stream, just as like a nostalgia trip. I'm eyeing Elder Scrolls Online. I love that game. I haven't played it as much, so it feels a lot like Guild Wars 2 to me, actually. Like, kind of in the gameplay, but like, and how it's structured. And like, well, it's like a questing based game, but it's like, has like a good focus on like map completion as like its primary thing. And then there's like quests, of course. And like a lot of like exploration and stuff. Something I really like in ESO is that there's like dungeons in the world that like you can do that are like dungeons in like World of Warcraft, but it's like designed to like scale to like what level you are and stuff like that. And then there's like actual dungeons where you need, it's groups of 4 in that game. But I think most of like the in-game content revolves around like map completing, like new zones they add, and then new dungeons. Yeah, Final Fantasy XIV never really appealed to me, especially since it has a subscription fee. I know there's like a free trial to try it out, so maybe I'll try it out just to say I played the game, but just not something super interesting to me. And then New World caught my eye when it was first announced, but I don't know. When I lost like interest in it pretty quickly, and then when it released, I was like watching a lot of like streams and videos about it, and it just didn't look super interesting to me. I think a lot of like the classic MMOs like World of Warcraft, Final Fantasy, and then like games that like emulate that in like a lot of ways, like New World, like don't interest me that much anymore. Or like I think in a way Guild Wars 2 is also kind of like, I've lost like a tiny bit of interest in it, but I think I just love like the world of Guild Wars 2 so much, and then I love like so much other stuff in the game, like the amount of time I put into it, I guess, and like TOA and stuff like that, where I still love the game a lot. But I like talked about this like the other day, where I feel like if I had started playing like World of Warcraft or Guild Wars 2 like today, I probably wouldn't enjoy it as much as I do. Because I think I've learned a lot about like what games I like, and like what things in games I like and what things in games I don't like. Or like Palia, for example, I think is like an MMO / like game release that like really has a lot of like what I enjoy in games nowadays without a lot of what I don't enjoy, which makes me excited for it.
Light be with you. Light bless you. Be careful.
I also looked at Black Desert Online, but that game, after watching some streams and learning about it, did not seem like a game I would enjoy at all. New World maps are incredible but feel lifeless, especially when the quests are kill 5 bears over and over and over. I see. Yeah, Palia I'm excited for. And then Lofty is like a 2D MMO that's being developed by like a couple, and like they hired a few like people to help with the game, which is like another like very casual cozy MMO that I'm excited for. So those are the MMO releases I'm excited for. Wasn't too hyped for New World. I don't really care about upcoming World of Warcraft expansions. I am, of course, excited for any Guild Wars 2 expansion that gets announced. Yeah, World of Warcraft Classic is probably going to Cataclysm, which is the 3rd expansion, and I'm probably not going to play that at all. Question. You have a Guild Wars 2 theory. Well, I like to call myself an expert on Guild Wars 2 lore and story, so hit me. I think after Ender Dragons they had a meeting and said everyone search your computer for half-completed projects. I think like the pessimist in me sees that a little bit. So I think there's like, yeah, I got Guyala in the fractal. I think the pessimist in me kind of sees maybe Guild Wars 2 is trying, or like ArenaNet is trying to use Guild Wars 2 to fund like a new project that like they're putting all their marbles into, and like hoping like it'll be a game that's like successful and takes off. And like they're kind of putting Guild Wars 2 on like the back burner and just trying to like do the bare minimum to get money in order to support that new project. And then the optimist in me sees that maybe stuff got like mismanaged, and like there's been issues with like NCSoft and then like maybe ArenaNet management and stuff, where like it's been really difficult to like for them to consistently make content, that like they've had to rely on like champions in order to like put everyone on the Ender Dragons team to bring out that expansion. And now after Ender Dragons they tried to put everyone on like the Soto team in order to get that expansion out, and had like very minimal effort go into like season 1 and then Guyala. So that could mean Soto is a bunch of unused content lumped together, or it could mean this is a fresh new project. I noticed that like a lot of there seems to be a lot of like reused assets in Soto, but there's also a lot of like brand new assets that we see as well. So I think we'll see like once Soto releases. Like I'm optimistic about it, but I think if Soto flops, it's definitely a little concerning for like the future of Guild Wars 2. Where like I'm a very like positive person when it comes to the game, and I feel like Guild Wars 2 will live like a very long time. But I think it's, you know, I really liked the Ender Dragons expansion, but I know a lot of people didn't like Ender Dragons. So for people who didn't like Ender Dragons, we got champions into an expansion they didn't like, into a content drought basically for people who didn't enjoy season 1, and then for people who didn't enjoy Guyala. And then if they don't enjoy Soto, that's going into Soto as well.
Warm wishes to you.
So that's like 4 years of people not enjoying Guild Wars 2, which is probably not the best thing. But like for me personally, like I didn't enjoy Champions, but I really enjoyed Ender Dragons, and I loved that expansion. And then I think I enjoyed Guyala a lot more than like the average person did. And I of course loved having season 1 being reintroduced into the game. So like I know like I was watching like Muckluck's stream earlier today. He was talking about how this is like his least favorite period in like Guild Wars 2 that's ever happened, which like I can see why it's like that for some people. And I was like right there I was trying to think like what my least favorite period is, which I would probably say is like before Ender Dragons maybe. I actually don't know. I played through every single like up and down of Guild Wars 2. Oh, I forgot I equipped a mace. This is not good. But I think overall I'm pretty optimistic about the future of Guild Wars 2. Like, I think Soto will be fine. I think I'll enjoy it a lot. And of course it might not be everyone's like cup of tea, but I think I'll love it a lot. I do definitely think there's probably like a big... I think my stream's really far behind. But I do think there's like a big overarching issue with like, I guess Guild Wars 2 development, where like, I think it's definitely concerning like after like Champions and then after Guyala, where like there definitely seems to be like struggles with developing content for Guild Wars 2, which is like something we've seen throughout the years with like developing Heart of Thorns, and then they got into like the right place with Path of Fire, because like Living World Season 3 Episode 1 until Living World Season 4 Episode 6 was like phenomenal. That's like the best place Guild Wars 2 has ever been in, except maybe like the launch of Guild Wars 2, where they went from story release into story release into an expansion into a story release into story release and like all that stuff, where they were pumping out raids. There's 3 raids in that, or 4 raids in that time, and then a bunch of fractals. It was like a really good spot for Guild Wars 2, I think. But then, so like it seemed like they had like good management and like good whatever going on there. But then like with Champions, it seems like they really struggled, which of course like we can contribute that to like a bunch of other factors as well. But like I think at some point it's kind of concerning, like a lack of content, I guess, with like so much time. Where like overall I've enjoyed the last like 2 years of Guild Wars 2, but I definitely know a lot of people do not. I wish ANET was more transparent. They have to know that tensions are high. It would be so nice to get some dialogue going. Yeah, I think Guild Wars 2 or ArenaNet are really good at communicating right now, except about the future of the game. Or like I think a lot of people are definitely concerned about the future.
That ability isn't ready. I can't do that yet. Not ready yet.
But it's also scary to talk about the future, because like for like any game company, like game companies don't like to announce release dates until like they're pretty certain they can meet that release date, because like if they don't, then there's backlash and stuff. And like announcing features and then not being able to put those features into the game because of time constraints or because of technical issues is definitely bad.
I can't do that yet. Not ready. I can't do that yet. Not ready. That ability isn't ready yet.
I think I'm dead here. This is fine. I forgot to swap my weapons. Okay, I'll just run back. I think this is my first Northrend death, so pretty good, pretty good. I am 100% prepared for hardcore WoW. Okay, swap those. I should be fine now.
I can't do that. That ability isn't ready yet. Not enough ready.
But yeah, overall, I think I'm just super excited for Soto, and I'm pretty optimistic about the game. And I'm excited to see what comes with the expansion, and I'm excited to see what comes after. And if the after is grim, oh well. I'll have enjoyed the journey along the way.
That ability isn't ready yet. Not ready yet.
Yeah, I know ArenaNet's tried to work on a bunch of like other projects, and they've never been able to go all the way with those projects.
That ability isn't ready yet.
What's one thing story-wise that you think maybe Soto or Soto? This heart is covering this up. Can I move this? I don't think I can. That story-wise that you think maybe in Soto, but no one is talking about. So I was originally really thinking that like about like I called it like a demonic overlord figure. That like I think we might have some overarching villain that will like go over multiple expansions, that is like controlling like multiple factions of demons, and that we're fighting like the Cryptus and Secrets of the Obscure. But then with like the most recent blog post, I think that was pretty much confirmed not to happen, and I no longer think that. I think other than that, the biggest like story prediction that I really think is going to happen, that I haven't seen anyone really talk about, and I got comments on my YouTube video saying that like there's no way this will happen, which I don't fully understand why, but I think we're going to see more of the Mesmer Collective in the expansion, which like included both April and Casimir Mead, which I guess it's kind of confirmed now that Casimir Mead will not be really playing a part of the expansion, but I still think that leaves like an opportunity for like April and like potentially like other characters of the Mesmer Collective to be able to like play a part in the expansion. And yeah, I do think Soto is going to be like a completely singular story, where I think we're going to have a beginning, middle, and end that's entirely encompassed within the expansion, and then going into expansion number 5, we're going to have a completely brand new story that like will probably be like maybe partially connected to Soto in some way. I will definitely like reference it, of course, with a developing world of Guild Wars 2, but like I think it'll be completely brand new and completely separate and cut off from Soto, which I have a feeling is probably what the likely chance is going to be for like Guild Wars 2 expansions moving forward, where I think each expansion is going to have like or be like very focused on like one story beat, and it's like completely contained in that expansion and doesn't really we won't see like a saga again, I guess, like we saw with the Elder Dragon saga or Dragon Cycle saga that lasted like 10 years, where I think they felt very constrained from having to like finish this Elder Dragon story and about how it took 10 years. And then if you looked at like development for Guild Wars 2, it probably should have taken like 2 more years, I guess, to do like the Primordial story justice, I guess. But then after that, I think they just don't want to be put in that situation again where they're constrained to like having to tell a story over 12 years, where they really want to tell a story and then they want to move on to a new story. I think that would be a great move, just make an open and shut storyline for a year. Yeah. Going back to like Elder Scrolls Online, I believe that's how like the Elder Scrolls Online series is, where I think there's like a cast of characters that we see in that game that's like you could call similar to like Dragon's Watch, where it's like the main characters that kind of like move around the world, and then like there's character development, I guess, with them, but like each story is very contained to like each expansion. That's my understanding, at least, on how it works. And it seems to be very successful for that game.
That ability isn't ready. Not ready yet. I can't do that yet. That ability.
But yeah, I think I would like year-long stories that are like really focus on like one piece of lore and story around the world. Like we could have a year that really focuses on like the unification of the Char and like the new Connor, and then we could have like an expansion that focuses a lot on like the Ghosts of Ascalon or whatever, which could maybe also be like the same expansion, because those are like kind of similar stories. But then we could have an expansion about like reclaiming like the depths of Tyria. Oh, here we see the first human being born, and then the Riker were like, what the heck is this? But like we could have an expansion where like maybe the Asura and the Dredge and the Skrit kind of like reclaim their old homes now that Primordius is gone, and then maybe there's like a new threat under there that like we have to fight. Like the Gravelings kind of came up under Ascalonian catacombs, I guess, maybe something like that. Or yeah, Tengu story. It could have a year-long Tengu story where we're going around the Sea of Sorrows and we're exploring those areas, and we go to the Dominion of Winds and stuff like that. We could have another story that really focuses on like the Pale Tree being like healed or whatever, and the Savari finding new purpose after Mordremoth. And then we have like, what was that one character called? The Savari character that was in the personal story that's from another Pale Tree. And why is this quest not progressing? That was from another Pale Tree. Like we could learn more about like that tree and like that Savari and those people, with more maps around there. Yeah, there's just so many Guild Wars 2 stories and like opportunities that like there's just a lot that like Guild Wars 2 could do.
There's one simple method.
I clicked on my stream and then an ad started playing. Sorry. Okay, that's done. Where do I need to go for this? I need a key.
Not ready. I can't do that yet.
How do ads work since I have premium? I get money just from you watching. So like the money that you spend in premium is now going to like my wallet. And then people who don't have premium, I get money from them watching ads.
Not ready yet. I can't do that yet. That ability isn't ready.
And then since you have premium, you don't get ads, if that's what you're asking. It's an ad-free experience. Yeah, since I'm partnered. So it's like a playtime thing. I don't think they've ever really confirmed how it works, but I think it's like a combination of like engagement, which includes playtime, like clicking on the ad, stuff like that. Which that's where like the ad money comes from like shorts and from like videos and streams. And then of course there's like other monetization options, which like I might add to like the stream. Like there's like Twitch subscribers, I could do that. And there's like donos and stuff, but
That ability isn't ready yet.
that requires people to spend money, which is weird.
I'm out of range. That ability isn't ready yet. Not ready yet.
I was looking at my analytics and it shows like the amount of money you get from like premium subscribers, and like I like that metric because it means they don't get ads and then I get money because like they're just paying for it, I guess. God, it's been an hour already. Only an hour and 37 minutes. Okay, I'm done with that quest. Now I need the path to payback. Oh, I do go into the catacombs. And then there's the shiny. Okay, I guess I go down here to explore this area, get these quests. Are you ready for some constructive criticism? Sure. I definitely have a lot to improve about my channel. I think we need to work on how I pronounce everything, if we're being honest. I don't know how to pronounce a lot of words. Never have. I used to not be able to pronounce my own name, but then speech therapy helped me with that. But I think I needed more speech therapy. Yeah, I was talking to Apov about this the other day actually, where I was talking to him about how I'm not able to pronounce a lot of words and that I have like I stutter sometimes and I like slur my words sometimes, and he's like, I've never noticed that ever. I'm like, really? Because like I oftentimes notice when I'm like editing videos, and like even in like the moment too, I notice when I say things in a funny way. It's especially bad when I'm tired and it's currently 1 a.m. Yeah, I think that's like one of the reasons why I like making videos so much, because it like challenges me to like get better at like speaking and like pronouncing like words and stuff. Obscure? Oh, abscure. Is that what you mean? Is it obscure? Obscure? Do you pronounce? Is the U? What? How do you describe? Is it a long U? Obscure. I'll Google it after stream, and then I'll go stand in front of my mirror and pronounce it 100 times until it no longer sounds like a word to me, and then I'll wake up in the morning and then I'll pronounce it correctly. Skewer of meat. Obscure. Is it obscure? I thought it was just skewer, or I can't even say that now. Obscure. You put an emphasis on the R or URE. I don't know. Words are hard. any other pieces of constructive criticism.
I need to get closer. I can't do that.
I think I finally got my like video to like a good place where like I'll really like how like my videos and streams look, and I'm still like learning how to edit audio or edit like videos in like a better way, I guess. But I've been really trying to focus on audio recently, and I've been really trying to like make my like videos sound better, both like in-game music or in-game audio, and then like music overlays that I put on top or behind or whatever in editing, and then also like me talking. So like I bought a brand new microphone, which I think is much higher quality than the one I had.
I can't do that.
I'm loving the Guild Wars 2 vids and frequency of them. I gobble them up. That's good, that's good. I have a Guild Wars 2 Let's Play series episode coming out tomorrow, or today. And then I'll probably have a top 10 video done by Tuesday, and then maybe a lore video later in the week.
Not ready. That ability isn't ready. Not ready. I can't do that yet.
Yeah, I've been putting a lot of time into YouTube and stuff. I like really enjoy making videos. It's probably like one of my favorite things I've ever done. Or like I really enjoyed it, and like when I first started making videos in like 2014 or something, but then like I deleted all those videos. But like I recently came back to it with actually the Hardstuck challenge, where I made the Guild Wars 2 in 2022 a fan trailer video, and then I'm like, wow, I haven't done this in years. I really enjoy this, and then I just started doing it a lot, and then I feel like I've just been ramping up how much time I spend doing it, which takes away from other things in my life, but I guess I enjoy doing the videos, so that's worth the time. But also like my YouTube channel has been growing a lot. Like I've gotten 200 subs in the last month, over 200, plus like 2,000 hours of watch time, plus a lot of other stuff. So I've definitely been growing from the effort I put into it.
Not ready. That ability isn't ready yet. I can't do that.
I was also trying to figure out like what type of content I want to do. Or like for a moment I thought I really wanted to like focus on Minecraft stuff, where like I still enjoy Minecraft, like the Minecraft content that I've been making, but like I think I'm definitely going to focus on MMOs for right now. So like Guild Wars 2, World of Warcraft, and Palia. And then I'd love to just start doing some like Elder Scrolls Online stuff, and then any other MMO that I come up with or I want to play. I love listening to lore videos when I'm doing chores and settling down for bed, so the content is right up my alley. That's good. I remember when I released my Jin story video, we talked in raids about, or was it, no, when I released my Underworld lore video, we were in raids talking about it, and then I remember about how you talked about falling asleep to it, and then in my Jin video, I almost put in at like the very end of the video, have a good night, Tommy, at the end of the video, but then I thought that would be really weird to have in there, both like from your perspective, but then also like from literally every other person that watches the video wondering why I'm wishing some random person named Tommy a good night. That's assuming you're not asleep by the end of the video too.
I can't do that. That ability isn't ready yet. Need more rage.
Yeah, a lot of people, I get a lot of comments talking about how they find my voice like relaxing, which like I kind of never viewed my voice as relaxing, but I guess since so many people find it relaxing, I guess it's a good thing. But a lot of people talk about how they like to like fall asleep to like my videos, which I take as a compliment that it's not the sense that my videos are so boring it puts them to sleep. It's that my voice and like how I like make like my top 10 videos and like my lore videos, that it's like so relaxing, it's good to fall asleep to. I think Palisade fell asleep to my stream 2 days ago, and I know she's watched a couple of my videos while falling asleep, while I'm still downstairs being a degen, just making a lot of videos and stuff.
It's too far away. Not ready.
There's so many of the, I don't want to say that because I'm gonna cringe, but yeah,
I need to get.
that's not my vibe at all.
Can't do that yet.
Like, absolutely, like, no offense to people who like do that type of content and like people who consume it, but like I don't think that's my vibe.
Ability isn't ready yet.
Like, I think I'm energetic, but I'm energetic in like a calm way, which like might be a bad thing if I'm like looking to grow on YouTube, because I think like a lot of like growth comes from like that YouTuber voice, I guess. But then also it could be like my shtick or whatever. I want this long bow. Oh, that's a cool fist weapon. Oh, right, it's just that. Never mind. Okay. Let's equip this into there. Okay. Is that everything in this area? Oh. Back this way. Okay. Yeah. I really like the videos I'm producing, and we'll definitely make a lot more top 10 lists probably. I have a lot of ideas, so. I have a long list of both lore and story videos I want to make, and then top 10 videos I want to make. So I'll definitely be doing all of that.
That ability isn't ready yet.
And then my Guild Wars 2 Let's Play series will probably go for like 2,000 episodes, or until Guild Wars 2 servers shut down or whatever. So,
Not ready.
but I think my Let's Play series are definitely a lot lower quality than like my other videos, which is partially because I put like much less effort into like my Let's Plays compared to like my other videos. But that's kind of like what I want. Like, I want my Let's Plays to be like lower quality, I guess. Top 10 events you probably missed. I have top 10 metas and top 10 standalone events on my list. Top 10 events you probably missed is a good one.
Not ready. I can't do that yet. That ability isn't ready yet. Not ready. I can't do that yet. Not ready.
I also want to make top 10 lists when Palia comes out, but like, I think most of those will be like a while after like the game releases, so I can like learn a lot about the game. Like, the nice thing about Guild Wars 2 is that I have over 9,000 hours in it, and like I know everything to the point where like people have called me a living encyclopedia for the game, where like I feel very confident in like making a lot of like top 10 lists, because I've experienced like every single aspect of Guild Wars 2, and like I know what I like about the game, which like makes it easier for me to make like a list of my favorite things about the game, given that I know what I like about it. And then I also know like a lot of places, so I can do like very easy research, and like the bridge one is the most recent one I released. Like, I know where like most bridges in the game are, so like I just went and checked them out, and then like I formed like my favorites, and then I like organized my list from that. Top 10 metas people don't do anymore, good one. Top 10 vendors you probably missed, also a good one. Yeah, I was like thinking about like maybe I'll do like some Elder Scrolls Online content. I'm like, maybe I'll do a top 10 list for Elder Scrolls Online, but I only have like 20 hours in that game, and I've only beaten like the base game from the perspective of one faction, and then I've only started a couple of expansions and stuff. So like I've barely experienced like that game where like I want to make top 10 lists for that game, but I don't know if I could do it like justice or like have it be a good video because I barely know anything about that game, of course. But like maybe one day if I play Elder Scrolls Online a lot, I put in a lot of hours and I learned a lot about the game and I find a lot of cool locations I want to share. It's good. But I like my Guild Wars 2 top 10 list because it's like, one, it's me talking about like my favorite videos or like my favorite things about the game. But it's also like celebrating the game as well. Like celebrating how ArenaNet and Guild Wars 2 has like really cool bridges, for example, which is like not something that people think about, but it's cool. Or like celebrating like the cool bosses that have been introduced into the game over the years. Honestly, go back and redo tons of the Dofi content that is out of date or different now. I think a lot about like guides I want to make, but I feel like one, like Gyojin is like kind of the Dofi replacement, and I think she does like a really good job of that. And then so like I did a bunch of raid guides, and basically how I went about doing the raid guides is I watched every single Mukluk raid guide video, and then I'm like, this is where Mukluk failed in this series, so then I made videos that like I guess complemented his series. Where like I feel awkward making, like I could make like basically the same exact video as Mukluk, but then that's making the same exact video as Mukluk, which is like I don't know, cringe, stealing, whatever you want to call it. I also think my guides don't do nearly as well as like my top 10 videos or like my my story videos. Then again, I choose really weird topics for my guides because I don't do like the mainstream stuff that people are looking for, I guess, because like other YouTubers do that. Or like I've been thinking about making like a beginner's guide to Guild Wars 2, which has been done like 1.5 million times. But then, I don't know, maybe people would, like people coming into the game would appreciate it because it's my style, which I personally think is good because I'm egotistical, I guess. But they could also watch literally any number of other Guild Wars 2 beginner guides. Like my DT Pod has like a very good guide. Also, I might die here, which is embarrassing. Okay. Hopefully that event doesn't reset. Yeah, I have a list of guides I want to make, so I'll probably go through it. I think my most successful guides are definitely the ones oriented towards beginners. So like my #1 video on my YouTube channel is a guide, I guess, which is explaining what the mounts in Guild Wars 2 are. Which I think partially the reason it became so popular is because not only does it like showcase mounts to like beginners, it also showcases the mounts to people who don't understand what the mounts in Guild Wars 2 are. And with Guild Wars 2 mounts being generally considered like the single greatest mount system in like all of gaming, people are like interested in like that and like learning about Guild Wars 2 mounts. Where like I've gone through the analytics for that video, and my video has been shared on so many different websites and like different Reddits and stuff like that, like different game forums where people are talking about like mounts and like a discussion, and then people link my video to as like a showcase of what Guild Wars 2 mounts are. So I think that really helped with like pushing that video up. Yeah, I'm definitely wanting to teach people how to PvP, and I want to teach people how to world versus world, and I'll probably make a beginner's guide. And then you recommended an add-on guide or a Bloodshot guide, which I'll probably make a Bloodshot guide, and I'll probably make like an Arc guide as well. And then I was like considering making like a huge like video just talking about all the Guild 2 add-ons. I think the lore summary videos for raids and encounters are great too. Yeah, I'm starting to make dungeon lore videos, so I'm gonna work my way through all the dungeon storylines and stuff. I was trying, like, so my Ascalonian Catacombs lore video will be up soon, hopefully. And I was trying to decide, like, how much I wanted to do with it, because there's, like, the here's, like, a sneak peek, I guess. There's the Ascalonian Catacombs story. And then there's the 3 explorable mode paths. And I thought, like, talking about like the explorable mode paths in as much detail as the story would be like too much, I guess. So what I did is like I fully or what I'm doing is I'm fully like showcasing the Ascalonian Catacombs story, and like I'm showing every cutscene, all the dialogue, stuff like that, with like all the other like me talking and explaining things as well that I do in my story videos. But then when it comes to the explorable mode, where like there's not even that much story in the explorable mode, but like I was trying to debate if it would be a better video if I showcase like all the cutscenes of us just walking around the catacombs or stuff like that. Also, I just realized I need to turn in this quest and not fight these people, but I've been fighting these people for 15 minutes or something. So, I'm gonna go turn in this quest. I already killed Olaf, so I'll do it again. But yeah, so my video is mostly talking about the story mode version of Ascalonian Catacombs, and then it'll talk a little bit about explorable mode. And I've decided not to showcase like every cutscene and like all the pieces of dialogue of explorable mode. I'm just doing that for story mode. And then if people want me to like make a video talking more about explorable mode, maybe I'll do that in the future. But I feel like telling the story of Ascalonian Catacombs is better from like a how I format my story videos, with just focusing on like the story mode version. I'm gonna die again here, aren't I? When you get a chance, can you show the LG LFR UI? Yeah, I showed that in my Let's Play video coming out tomorrow. And I also recorded the video footage for the Codicus Manor. That's the word. My stomach just growled for some reason. It keeps growling. That's weird. Where I showed it again, and I was going to mention it again. I'll probably do a deep dive into it when I get closer to level 80. Oh, and WoW. And classic WoW or retail WoW? I'm assuming you mean classic, which I'll just, so I guess quickly, the player versus player, you just queue into it. I'll show retail WoW at the end of the stream. I'll ask if you still want to see it, but you just queue into, yeah, it's a little different. You just queue into PvP Battlegrounds here. And then Group Finder is this mess. So basically at the top here you can select your role. So I could be a tank or a DPS. And then if I wanted to be like a group leader, or like a trainer or a mentor or whatever, I could check that. And then I can click on any of these pieces of content. So dungeons, raids, like quests and zones, so like open world stuff, PvP and custom. So for example, I'm level 68. I just got to a new expansion that has new dungeons. I could click on dungeons, and then I could click on Lich King dungeons here, where I have Utgard Keep, so I could queue myself for that. But maybe I'm also interested in doing like the last expansion dungeons as well, so I could come into here and I could be like, I want to do like just these two dungeons. So then I check them, and then I can type in, well, I don't have an authenticator connected, which is probably not a good thing, and I probably shouldn't advertise that. But then I could like put myself up in like the LFG, where then people looking through it can like come to this tab here, where there's the group browser, and then they can select the drop down just like I showed earlier. So I'll select dungeons, and then I see all the dungeons right now that there's groups for, including like this level 22, which is like 50 levels lower than me. But I can filter it by like, I want to do Utgard Keep. So there are 4 dungeon groups that have Utgard Keep in their like advertisement or whatever for it right now. So this person is wanting to do like these 3 dungeons, and they have a healer and a DPS. This person wants to do all these dungeons, those dungeons, and then this person wants to do just Utgard Keep. So did I get that? Hold on, I'm confused here. Okay, I'm gonna run away, and then I'll swap to this is gonna be, I'm gonna just log out here. This is gonna be scuffed for a second because I don't have, I should just be a black screen right now, I think. And then I'm just gonna die here on this black screen. I don't have any like intermission stuff. Okay, exit game. World of Warcraft. I have to update the game. One moment. Okay, it's loading. Huh. Okay, and then how do I think this will show auto. Click on this. It's not showing the new game. Oh, there we go. Okay, welcome to retail World of Warcraft. Dofi website is totally down now. That's sad. So like all those web pages are lost. That's sad. Okay, in retail World of Warcraft, we have group finder here. So we have the player versus player tab like normal, but it's completely different because like different battlegrounds and stuff you can do. But in dungeons and raids, you can select like random dungeons for any piece of content in the game you're wanting to do until you're max level, and then you can only do like the recent content. or you can select like specific dungeons, and then you can select a role like normal, and then you click find group, and it'll automatically put you into a group to do that. So in classic WoW, you like, it's like advertising yourself on a bulletin board, where like you're being like, I want to do this content, and then you can whisper that person and be like, I want to join, and then you have to like run to the dungeon. Where in retail WoW, you just click find group, it puts you with people, and then it teleports you to the dungeon, and like you don't have to invite people, it just automatically does it. And then there's also that for raids as well, but then there's no bulletin board feature for doing stuff like questing, or if you want to do like raids outside of like the raid finder, which is like easier raids that give like less rewards compared to doing like normal raids, or like whatever the mythic version of raids are called. Okay, back to black screen. Okay, here I am, dead. Yeah, a lot of people, so the system that we see in retail World of Warcraft was introduced, like the very earliest version of it was introduced in the Wrath of Lich King expansion, which is what I'm playing right now. But we still have the version that was out in like the Burning Crusade expansion, and people really want to see the Wrath of Lich King version be in the Wrath of Lich King version of the game. But then a lot of people like the more bulletin board style, because like a lot of people think like Dungeon Finder was like a big issue with the game because it takes away like socialization, I guess, where like it just automatically puts you together with a group, and it like teleports you to the dungeon so you don't have to walk there. Where like the bulletin board, you have to communicate with people and be like, hey, I want to join your group, and then you have to walk to the dungeon, so you're like interacting with the world. But like in reality, like no one talks about or talks at all in like dungeons and stuff, even in like the Wrath of Lich King version of the game. They're just like, invite me, and then they get invited, and then they'll say thank you maybe at the end of the dungeon. Yeah. Way back in the day, there's nothing to like help people, like organized groups at all. So what we see in like vanilla era is and like we actually have it in Wrath of Lich King era as well, for like people like to just do this, is you can join like custom chat rooms in World of Warcraft, where you type /join, and then you type in like whatever name for the chat room, and you will join that chat room. So like every server has a looking for group chat room that like everyone's agreed is like the chat room for LFG, where people will join, and it's basically just like literally like guild chat in Guild Reach 2, for example, but like not a guild. It's like everyone on the server who's part of that chat room, and that's used as like another way to get people for groups outside of like the LFG system, where I don't think you see that in retail WoW. I could be wrong, but I don't play enough to know.
I can't do that. Not ready. Need more.
I guess this like group finder system here is a lot like super similar to like the Guild Wars 2 one, but like more simplistic, I guess. But it does have a role selection, which is nice, which is not really something you can have in Guild Wars 2, I guess, because there's no traditional roles. But I know a lot of people, this is me having limited interaction with a person that I'm engaging with in the open world, where I just invited that person and then I said thank you at the end of doing that quest. So riveting gameplay there. But I know a lot of people want like you to be able to add custom roles to like LFG stuff for like I lack DPS, quick DPS, I lack heal, quick heal. And then like people can select those roles as they join, and then maybe there's like a marker over those people. Oh yeah, high DPS. Or like tanks if you're trying to get like a specific thing.
I can't do that yet. That ability isn't ready. Not ready yet.
Which I definitely think is something I would like to see in Go Restio. Is a complete overhaul of the LFG system, because one, there's a lot of stuff going on in there, which like, just like the achievements page, like I feel like there's a way to clean it up to make it easier to navigate, especially for newer players. Maybe even throw a tutorial in there. Is it faster to level by questing like you were doing or grinding dungeons? I think, well, the fastest way to level is by, okay, how do I say this? I think the most casual, fastest way to level is just do dungeons and quests at like the same time, kind of, where you'll do some quests and try to find a group for like a dungeon that you need to do like quests in, and you try to find a group while you're doing quests, and then you go and do that dungeon. I was gonna say, I think the most optimal way to level is through like mostly mob grinding if you're very well geared out. So like when Wrath Lich King like first released, there was like race to like world first level 80, where like basically like all these people were competing to be like the first people to level 80, and basically they had like a fully decked out character, and they had like 40 minions working with them, like 40 random people working with them, teleporting them around the world to like basically group together groups of mobs and just kill those mobs.
Open your heart.
And then I guess another like fastest way to level is wait for the Joyous Journeys buff, which is a 50% bonus experience gain that they'll have like right before new phases of World of Warcraft Classic comes out.
Go with honor, friend. Be careful.
So like I'm leveling 50% slower than I normally would
Need help? Light.
if I just waited for that buff to be back out.
Go with honor, friend. Light bless you. Be careful. What can I do for you?
I personally find questing more fun than dungeons, so I guess in a way it's like kind of faster, like mentally, because I just enjoy it more. But I've always been someone who likes open world content more than instance content.
Hey there. Have a good one. See you around.
I'm out of range. That ability isn't ready yet.
I guess another fastest way to level is to get boosted by another character. Which I'm not entirely sure how all that works, but I know in like the vanilla version you can just have like a max level character kill a bunch of mobs in dungeons for you while you just sit there, and then you reset the dungeon and stuff.
I can't do that. Not ready yet. That ability isn't ready yet. I can't do that yet. I need a target. I can't loot that.
my attention. Off with you. Watch your back.
That ability isn't ready yet. Not ready. I can't do that yet. That ability isn't ready yet. I can't do that yet.
Wait, am I dying?
Not enough time.
I feel like I was at full health and now I'm not.
Ready yet. Not ready yet. I can't do that yet.
Okay, let's kill this. Let's loot that. Okay, I got the thing I needed, so I might just... I don't know if you'll follow me down here. Or if you have to run all the way around. Oh, there's a shark. Okay. The shark didn't see me. I got out of the way fast enough. Okay, that was a little bit of a close call there. I think I'm fine though. Okay. That dude's still... Okay, now he's gone. I think I'm almost done with like the starting area of this zone, which then has me going off in other directions. I really want to go do these quests, which actually, oh, that's all the same one right there. I'm like, I don't think there's that many quests over there. We have, I'll just pick that. And then this has us going over here, which is fun. I'll turn in this quest. And then, yeah, so all the quests we have now take us to different areas of this map. So I'm done with this questing hub. And, oh, the Alliance Vanguard. Is there a two-handed weapon? You just have a one-handed mace. Okay, is there a first aid trainer in Howling Fjord? I'm not sure if there is. I don't think there's any of the like secondary professions you can learn in like Boring Tundra or Howling Fjord. Let me look it up. I know like the highest level bandages you have to get like a rural drop. To be able to learn how to make it. Oh, Howling Fjord. Talk to Ankrite Yasmina, who is located right where I was standing earlier. Or is it down here, I think? Oh, right here. So I can learn first aid. And then I have frostbite bandage, and then I need to be first aid 390 to learn how to make the higher level one. But I can learn these. And then I think I'm gonna clean up my inventory and then maybe head to bed because it is almost 2 a.m. So bartender, and then yeah, it's very late for you. It's 5 a.m. I know you slept in late, but you're staying up very late. Yeah, good chatting with you too. Thanks for stopping by, and I hope you have a good night. And I hope everyone else watching has a good night as well, because I'm gonna go ahead and log off here. Yeah. I don't think I'll stream until Palia releases, and then I'll probably stream a lot of Palia. But probably gonna mostly work on videos in the next few days. But, yeah. Good night.